Well, we see a 4 years be a big one. Chelsea again could not get a maximum points, but then there's a lot of positives. To be very honest with you, sorry Chelsea, I don't think so we are too worried about the performance on the day. Any baby at Chelsea could mind you, they be a Chelsea boss our games we are on my team at the maximum points. I make catch you, and I'll remind you that last season nobody would have thought Chelsea would play 11 games and would have been third position. After the international break, Chelsea have some very favorable fixture around there. I say, I don't think that people should be too worried. Hi, Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. Big analysis. And here because Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. What a game! What a game! First off, never show teams a branch from the Marco Crea has been named the man of the match, and that is clear. Only a few players. And we keep your branch friend Bukayo Saka quiet in a game. He was solid. In fact, in the beginning of the game, and Ibakwana Mishro Pan say a branch friend of Marco Crea should not get an early yellow card, because when you early yellow card, then it is going to affect how he's going to play. It's going to affect what you give him on the field of play. This animal, you don't want that to happen. But for him to go through the game, not getting any yellow card, all through to the end of the game, or when you're the man of the match, and that's the quality on the ball, off the ball. Brantia, your friend of Marco Crea was important for Chelsea, and he gave Chelsea the goal. Even before we get into the analysis now, I think that is worth mentioning a Brantia friend Enzo Fernandez. All throughout the last few weeks, like I several times, say Enzo Maresca now has moved from the pivot of Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo into a pivot of Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo. Now, a lot of you have sent me messages and Marca say, oh, you believe that a branch friend of Enzo Fernandez is an important player in the team. And I've kept on explaining, say it's about the balance of the team. You can't really fault Enzo Maresca for choosing the defensive balance again. But once Enzo Fernandez gave him, you could tell what a brilliant come on. And you know something? All throughout the game, Chelsea, and Chelsea wanted to isolate Arsenal for to keep the weight and then push the ball out to any man. But the problem Chelsea were having was that consistently Arsenal were happy to let Chelsea go down wide. No problem here, they didn't have any issue like that. What happened was that immediately Enzo Fernandez or your central progressor, or per ball, or per line breaking passes, or small spacer, you try to park. I say, Levi Cole in the middle of the park. Kopama can do that. Kopama, all the best and nobody will be ahead of him to be able to get onto the end of Sarbos. So then essentially Enzo Fernandez came on, and what a ball! What a ball! Because immediately Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez now ball in that area. It means that a branch friend Pedro Neto can invert and come close to goal. And one touch, two touch, Pedro Neto got a goal. But for me, that ball was created. It was done by branch friend Enzo Fernandez. He was quality in central areas, in trading that pass to branch friend Pedro Neto. But again, after that goal, you could say without the ball, in tackling this animal, he's not up there. The physicality didn't shed anymore, and then he gets onto the wrong side of tackle several times anytime he's playing. But then again, apart from that, I think that Enzo Fernandez was brilliant. But what a ball that was from branch friend Pedro Neto. Sabia Refia, last summer, Chelsea most expensive winger. In fact, one player now about Chelsea now Obiaji to say or your quality player branch friend Pedro Neto. Nobody had problems with Pedro Neto time about Chelsea. In fact, a brand new sneak break here at the tail end of the transfer window said Chelsea for what's his name? Wolverhampton Wanderers for attack for Pedro Neto. Everybody felt that okay, this is a top player. He can impact the game. He can be good with the ball, without the ball. He's a player that can do all for Chelsea Football Club. So then they should get him in. The last summer, he was Chelsea's most expensive player. And on the day, look at that ball striking ability. And I've said it several times that there are only a few players that can deliver against a transitional team. I mean, when you play a high line and you want somebody to get in behind, he has the pace to do that. Pedro Neto beat my Sergio. And the same player also has the quality to also hurt you in a low block. And Arsenal essentially playing a hybrid low block, mid block, to prevent you from having central progression. Arsenal planning on. So consistently they clock central areas, allow you to go into the wide areas, then they'll double up on you, they win the ball, then transit and hit you. Until all throughout the game, Chelsea did not really have a very good shot on target until Sarah Brandt friend Pedro Neto ball and shared. And for me, excellent changes from Enzo Maresca beam, and then a game plan that made a lot of sense. But see, let's just break the game down step by step. What happened in the first half? What happened in the second half? By way of XG, Chelsea had an XG of 1.69, while Arsenal had an XG of 1.27. The thing annoyed me very well over there for me. Like that's what I was saying. Chelsea control game, but it's breaking down Arsenal. The rotations were poor for me. How Chelsea were going to break down Arsenal, that was the problem. Arsenal came into the game not engaging, especially in the final third, telling Chelsea to break us down. Can you break us down? Is that what you can do to break us down? Chelsea's best strength in the game was in the transitional play, and I think that is where Chelsea probably did not do way better in the first half. For me, I was a little bit worried by Senna Chelsea, but now see, in the first half, I think that Chelsea's biggest issue was how they could control the game and how I almost make it too many mistakes and how to find it. In fact, I think all throughout the game, and I had a big problem. How Chelsea can play in between the lines, every team a ball centrally, no more for ball in wide areas. Consistently, Chelsea took the ball to the wide areas and then they couldn't break Arsenal team down. And of course, that goal from our branch here, your friend Martinelli again. See, I have a lot of problems with Robert Sanchez. A lot of problems with Robert Sanchez. Say, consistently as a coach, as a referee, as a goalkeeper, who team dropping points because of you. Last season, I was saying, in the decline edition goal. This season, fair post, beating at the first post, it wasn't good enough. Chelsea ought to have done better at the first post. I mean, it wasn't good enough. And as a goalkeeper, say never be sick consistently this year. It is not good for you going forward. And for me, once again, another week where Robert Sanchez has again, that's what you're doing for Kufu. I mean, he saves the team one time and then messes it up again. Now, at full time for me, I think that Metias said Chelsea ball draw. In fact, going into this game, it was most likely going to be a draw. Even throughout the game, Chelsea were good at certain point in time. Chelsea have grown into the game. I think said at the about Enzo Maresca shit team when they say now the team is able to grow into it. The team is able to react. Now we've seen it against Liverpool, against Manchester United, against Arsenal, where Chelsea go down by a goal to 0 and then they have to react. And then the reaction has been good. And then the reaction was just like Manchester United 10 minutes afterwards. And a Pedro Neto's inside equalizer, and it is good. The bigger picture, however, is that Chelsea are in third position. Now, this year, as also English Premier League table now, and that was this year now. You are going to see say, Liverpool at a show with 28 points. Manchester City at a second with 23 points, only a 5 points of Liverpool. Chelsea at a third with 19 points. Now 4 points off team of friend Manchester City, and then Arsenal at a fourth with 19 points. Nottingham Forest with 19 points. Brighton and Hove Albion with 19 points. Fulham with 18 points. Newcastle with 18 points. Aston Villa with 18 points. Tottenham 16. Brentford 16. Bournemouth 15. A lot of teams after the top 10 are doing very, very well in terms of game normal ball winning games. But Chelsea have a very, very good, very, very good goal difference. And then Chelsea did that show them with respect to table any baby at Chelsea done again. Makase, in the grand scheme of things, as a Chelsea fan, maybe you'll be disappointed. But truly, no Chelsea fan came into this season thinking that 11 games Chelsea will be third. Never. Never. Chelsea were never going to be third. Of course, I know that a lot of people say, okay, that Chelsea at all players 1 billion, but still it was under a new manager. Let that contest never leave your head. In the first half, I didn't like sending Abrante for Noni Madueke boy. In the last few games, he hasn't been good enough. I think one of these games, they send Enzo Maresca dropping up. Pedro Neto has been one of our best wingers as the season stands, as it stands now. Mihailo Mudryk, this game again, another Premier League game, Mihailo Mudryk has done well in the Conference League, not done too well in the English Premier League. He was just average, you'll give it to him. Enzo Fernandez came in, he was excellent. Of course, in the first half, there were about 2 or 3 balls at Levi Cole as your line-breaking passer was good at it, but still also like Kadesica. I think that time a game never best started, the lineup at Chelsea, was without Abrante for the regimes, and that was the first bone of contention. Argentina Enzo Maresca and started with James. Argentina the captain at the bench. And I think that was every other Chelsea fan. Chelsea need a bizarre question say, Enzo Maresca and Konkobo with James on the left hand side, it's on board on the right hand side. Now, if that's the case, then they are also free with James on the right hand side. They say he will bump up and down the touchline or go up and down. No, with James the press is here. You would have to come back to come and defend. You have to cover a lot of ground. You don't want regimes within stuff like that, especially for 60 minutes. or go too much so cry, you're in trouble. You don't want stuff like that. And it's Obama goes to the right hand side, Obama Kokrea. Like I did say earlier, Marco Kokrea was supposed to be the most important piece of the game plan for Chelsea. A chiron the excellent recovery run for our branch friend Wesley Fofana all throughout the game. The ball carrying is one of the best that you can get in the game, and they help Chelsea in terms of times where they have to defend. You can tell that offside traps, normal setting is getting better and better. Of course, Saguna Gabriel Martinelli was not good enough. But in the first half, the best chance for the Chelsea, best chance they fall into a branch friend Malo Gusto, and again created by a branch friend Pedro Neto. Left foot, right foot to wait to cross the ball, and areas and it is form they are fine. But when you're playing it here, he can cross the ball and hit you. And that's exactly what Abrante friend of Pedro Neto in setting up the ball to Abrante friend Malo Gusto. The problem with Malo Gusto was that in a ball like this, you don't take your eyes off the ball. You fully focus on the game. You fully focus on the ball. Even if it's a ball when you come on, you do that. But because he took his eye off the ball came off his head. I mean, a very awkward part of his head. And a far ban. And for me, in the first half, Sabon should have given Chelsea the lead. It should have given Chelsea the lead. And to an extent, I don't understand Nintia Sabon how much Chelsea the lead. And I asked a lot of questions from my brother friend Malo Gusto throughout the game. Although we were finding it difficult to break down Arsenal team, we also prevented Arsenal from getting very clear-cut in questions. And I just read to you edges Arsenal creating cumulative edge of 1.27, Chelsea 1.68. So Chelsea totally created better chances than them. Sabona Kai Havertz wasn't going to be a goal because obviously they're offside. And again, now like I said, consistently these are the games that will get the team to grow. If you get 1 point and be in the top 3, and then look at the next run of games everybody are, then take your 1 point and be in the top 3. And then focus on the next round of games that are coming. Make sure that you get whatever you can get from the next round of games, which is very, very important. Because immediately you slack and then you don't get the results that you want now. You don't focus, then you're in trouble. Say, look at statistics now. Chelsea were way better. Chelsea had a big chance. Arsenal had one big chance. They didn't stop. Big chances missed. Chelsea missed one big chance. Okay, big chance almost share. Arsenal missed 3 big chances. Through balls, 1. Touches in the penalty area. Chelsea had 24 touches in the penalty area. It just didn't come together for them. Again, another game where I think Cole Palmer was peeling off too much to the right, to the left hand side out wide. Sometimes you're supposed to stay central. Just keep party there. Don't peel off. Don't try to get on the ball. Just be passive, and once the ball comes, influence the game. Fouls in the final third. Chelsea 3-3 offside. That's in 7. You are just one of them, and that's the game right there for Chelsea. Like I did say, I think that one person that has been an issue, Noni Madueke has to do better. For me, throughout the game, player one impressive crowd was a branch friend Noni Madueke. He should have done better. He should have done better in Samachi. I mean, the 1v1 was not good. His decision making was not good. And look at how good Pedro Neto is going into the game. 2 games or so, he had a better performance than them. But Neto's goal and form should any match start in the next game. But I wouldn't call that a bad performance at all. I think that Noni Madueke should start from the bench. Now Neto boss outside. Maybe in the next game, Jadon Sancho comes in its place. Pedro Neto was outstanding, waits the ball without the ball. And O'Shea is good. You could tell the passion in him. Said the guy has come to Chelsea and he lost it. And I can't say in terms of wingers, how in transition, in a low block, in settled play, Pedro Neto beats me and Obo left wing, right wing, quality player, caused a lot of mayhem to Arsenal defense. And I think that Solskjaer till we know to see Chelsea at 3rd with very, very favorable fixtures as it stands now. I think that still Solskjaer table now. Almost that Chelsea has 7 points now, so it's not too much to be excited about. But Chelsea compete, and I went into this game hoping that Chelsea can compete. If they had gotten a win, it would have been excellent. It would have been the best thing that would have happened to Chelsea. But going into a game like this, competing, winning duels, turning over possession, creating quality chances, I think that was very, very important for them. One of the things that I'm watching Chelsea say Chelsea knew that they had a threat in transitions, but Chelsea couldn't hit the transitions. Again, I think that the players were a little bit too careful. Sometimes it's not take a lot of risks. And also Sabona, Pedro Neto share, and it was because Enzo Fernandez took the risks to play him through. Before him, nobody was playing to the ball. Have gone to the side. But then again, Pedro Neto, they took the risks, and then Chelsea got in and did a job done. It's a draw, disappointment as a Chelsea fan. But for me, I think that the general performance all around was good. I would take a draw as it stands now. Oshi may be a Chelsea free in the contest of the league. Amaka say, see, once you are where you are, see, Top 4 is in the hands of Chelsea. I think Liverpool are playing their best football, but their performance can dip. I'm on form, maybe that's where Chelsea comes in. That's where Chelsea comes in, especially when Chelsea have favorable run of games ever. The big games in the FA. Throughout this one, Chelsea were wondering how can they get results and on better after all of these games. If manager they are still third, how do you navigate the next set of games never? Games where you're expected to dominate and win. If you're able to win them, then surely you are in there. Again, also the points never just about 9 points of Liverpool, 3 games. It can happen. Also Manchester City, the number of points that Chelsea have of them, I think about 4 points away from them. How many are now the same point? Newcastle, Brighton, and Hove Albion. Just get your job done. Chelsea were a game against Aston Villa. Go away to Villa Park. If you can get a job done, you move in there, you solidify and cement your place at the very top, and then of course he gets results in there. And I'm going to take him. One of the other players, I mentioned, Wesley Fofana. I think that he was very, very good throughout the game. He was very outstanding, and he deserves a lot of credit over there. Played very, very well on the day, dictated the pace of the game. He was solid. So left hand side na Kupama Bonne. This has been about the 3rd big game at Kupama on the left hand side. I've forgotten the best out of it. And I think that as the game goes on, Enzo Maresca would have to change something. The left hand side, you don't get the best out of Kupama because the angles he received the ball on this animal is not the best. In the first half, when a very, very good ball, he moved away from Thomas Partey. There was space ahead of him for Abrantia friend Nicolas Jackson. But then he couldn't slide the ball through the team because when Pijan the team came. But I think that going forward, Chelsea would have to find a way to make sure that they play in games and then not play Abrantia friend Kupama on the left hand side. Maybe it is time Enzo Maresca will move him back to the right hand side and then control the game. But oh boy, for me, another player today who played, who was excellent all throughout the game, was Abrantia friend Moises Caicedo. What a player! I think that Moises Caicedo is beginning to be Chelsea's most consistent player. Like, with the ball, without the ball, the tenacity, the passion. At the tail end of the game, some loose ball before lay down the line to Leandro Trossard. The speed of the buy or Babu Cruci ball down winning here. When Tien keeping the ball in play, man, when critical chance at Chelsea, was so fierce. And that's what I granted friend of Moises Caicedo. Again, he was such a leader, going at the other Arsenal players now, going at the Declan Rice, Simone, all the other Arsenal boys, letting them know, say, this is our turf. Yeah, my mom be bullying, be me I see. Last season, 2 seasons ago, you people got the best out of us, but it's not going to happen again. And I think that he deserves a lot of credit, or a generational player. And throughout the game, for me, the name of some of my brand friend, Moises Caicedo, he was solid. He was very, very good on the ball. And me Jackson team, and just such the person. Neto, world class player, or crossing on the left, but Jackson again. Or mine is an option. I mean, he said, I would love to get in Kuku playing. I would love to have a Kuku on the team. But Jackson just gives Chelsea that option, that extra option. That's an added option where he can add on something. When we are being pressed high, he goes onto the channels, run the channels, get into the transition. I think that's the thing. We need to do better, essentially. What do I have to say? For me, a big game that came on, Chelsea could have lost this. Chelsea have gotten a point. Tactically and qualitatively, we're on par with Arsenal. And I think so. I think that it was a huge tactical game. The only reason we don't win this game is because of our inability to control fine margins. I think which is true. Fine margins again for me, from a more defensive point of view, where we are unable to do that job. That goes in the goal that we should be conceding, especially in the far post. You're not supposed to be conceding that goal. And for me, it is down to Abrantia friend Robert Sanchez again. Caicedo, Neto, Marco Correa, Wesley Fofana. Absolutely buzzing for me. The top 4 players on the day, Kuku, keeping Bukayo Saka quiet for the day, was spot on, and I love him for that, especially in this game. Took me, I wanted to win. I came into this game hoping that we could win, but then again, it's the fine margins, and I'll take it like that. I mean, we draw the curtains here again on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. Another big game in the English Premier League, Chelsea versus your friend Arsenal. 1-1, Chelsea are third. Wait to see how the international break it goes. Tomorrow, we'll be back with in-depth tactical analysis. Bye.